let's have a little catch up, shall we? As usual, it's been a very long time since I've done another video for YouTube because, well, that's the kind of person I am. Few and far between, consistently inconsistent, but it works for me. My van broke down. Well, it didn't break down fully, it went into limp mode, which just means that it doesn't go very fast. It cuts off the acceleration to protect the engine. But this time it was a fault. Well, I say this time like it's happened before. It's a fault with the gearbox, or the gearbox module, the transmission communication module, the TCM, as they call it. It just means that I can put it into drive, but when you go up to certain revs and a certain speed, it usually changes up a gear. This time, well, it didn't. So, I was in Southampton, and from where I needed to be, which is this garage, which is where I get all my maintenance done, it's about an hour's drive going normal speed, 60 mile an hour, along the motorway. Everything's hunky-dory. But when you've got to go 20 mile an hour, it makes it a hell of a lot longer. Now, I was expecting about 4 or 5 hours, having to cut down all the back roads and this, that and the other, to obviously avoid going on the motorway. So I waited till about 6 o'clock in the evening on a Saturday. So as many people as there could be at home were at home and not out on the roads. I then set off, trundling along at a steady 20 mile an hour for the next 2.5 hours. I don't have any footage of it because I didn't think to film that, and well, I was using my phone for the sat nav. Is what it is, but it didn't really make for great footage, just trundling along. So I kind of know what's wrong with it, and now I've got to wait till Monday to get the part, because it's a Mercedes specialist part, and it sits just underneath the driver's seat there. But I took off this little cap last night, right? Where's it gone? I don't even know where it's gone. Here, right underneath my seat. This is a little plastic trim piece. I could see some rust coming out from underneath it. Well, I pulled it off, and to be honest, give it another year or so, and it probably would have fallen off on its own with just lack of metal behind it. So now, that's what I'm doing. I've knocked out a big square in the whole of my B-pillar, welding in a plate to be able to attach that to it again. Checked over the other side. That seems alright. And the reason why that one's alright and this one's shitty is because that side is below the diesel flap. So every time you spill a little bit of diesel, it goes in behind here and it just waterproofs everything, because diesel is pretty much just oil. And usually wherever there's diesel, the water will just run off. Whereas over this side, it's sat behind the panel and made it fucking rusty. So that's another little job to add to the list of things to do. Here is how I done it. Well, some of how I done it. Done some welding, done a bit of welding, welded it in, prepped it for paint, painted it, stuck it back together. I don't know why I didn't record the welding. I done a bit. I got somebody else to finish it off because my welding wasn't good. I kept blowing holes in it. So I done the majority of it, and then I got somebody just come in and tack it up, and the bits that I was finding particularly fiddly, and then we ended up with something like this. What's really important to remember is with a good bit of grinding and a little bit of paint, you can look like the welder that you really ain't. So till next time, until the next video, well, that's me out. Until the next time, have fun, take care.